Hello guys, welcome to MoBileMaThS with Kamshran. Today I want us to look at solving equations in fractions in Algebra 9. I've got some questions here that I want us to answer. So the first one, we are given P is equals to 9, Q is equals to 5, and we are asked to evaluate this. So what happens? We substitute for every P with our 9 and for every Q with our 5. Let's do that. So we will have 15 by 9 2 by 5 all over 5 by 9 minus 16 by 5. Okay, now let's evaluate that. 15 times 9, we get 135. For the first one, I'll have 135 is equal to 135 minus a 10 there, all over 5 by 9, I get 45 there, minus 16 times 5, I get 16 times 5, I get 80. Okay, let's solve that. When we have this, we'll have 135. 135 minus 10, I'll get 125 there, over 45 minus 80, I'll get minus 35. Okay, now I've got 125 divided by 35. Okay, and see which number I can divide there. I can divide 135 divided by 5 there. I can get 27 for the first one. I'm dividing by 5 both sides. Let's say divided by 5 over 5 there. So I'm just saying 5 into this one, I'll get 27. 5 into 35, I'll get a 7 here. Okay, so my answer, if I want to leave it as a fraction, is minus 27 over 7. Okay, if you want to find it as leave it as a decimal, we can have 7 can go into 24 4 times. I can have it as minus 4 and 3 over 7, which is the same as, oh, it's 3 here, sorry. 7 can go into 21 and will remain with 6 here. Okay, so it's 6 here, sorry. 3 and 6, 3 and 6 here. Okay, so this is the answer that we have, or else you can write it as a decimal if you want. Okay, let's have another example. Okay, we are given A as this, and they want us to express this in terms of D. Okay, we have to substitute for every A with this item here. So let's do that. So we have, for A, I'll have D plus 1 over D minus 1. Okay, then plus 1 over D plus 1 over D minus 1, like that. Plus, so it's now minus 1 there. Okay, so that's what we now have at this juncture. Okay, so when we have something like this, what we now do, it's like we are dividing these two. If we look at them like that, it's as good as we are dividing. This is a division sign here. This is a division sign here, this one. So I can write it as, you can allow me to write it as A plus D over, so A plus D plus 1 there, that's 1. D plus 1 over D minus 1 plus 1, then divided by D plus 1 over D minus 1 minus there. So I would like to find the lowest common multiple for this one, for the first one, for this one, and then I'll go for this one. Okay, so the ones there are as good as 1 over 1, 1 over 1 there. Okay, let's remember our division sign here. Okay, so when I do that now, the lowest common denominator there is D. I've got d minus 1. Okay, so d into this one, I'll remain with d plus 1. Then plus 1 into this one, I'll get d minus 1, like that. Then it's divided by the second one. I do the same. The denominator there, I've got d minus 1. Then I'll have here d plus 1. Then minus, I'll have again d minus 1. Okay, like that. So let's remove the brackets and solve for the each and every one. I've got d plus 1 plus d minus 1 over d minus 1 divided by d plus 1 minus d plus 1 over d minus 1. Okay, so this is where we are now. I will simplify the d's together and add them, the ones together and add them, like that. Okay, so let's do that. If we add, we've got d plus d there, so I'll have 2d. Then plus 1 minus 1, I get a 0. So it's 2d over d minus 1 divided by, for this one, d minus this one, I get a 0. 1 plus 1, I get a 2 over d minus 1. Okay, now I can now multiply and invert here. I can now change this side and invert. This one becomes this one. Okay, let's do that. So I'll end up having 2d over d minus 1 times d minus 1 over 2. Okay, and I can now divide this one and this one can cancel. 2 into this one, I'll get 1 1. So the final answer there becomes, in terms of d, we get our solution is equal to d. Okay, so that's what it is. That's the final solution that we get for that one. Okay, so we can go on and look at the second question that we have. Okay, so the other question that we have is this one. We want to express again, x is this one. We want to express these terms in terms of that. So for every x here, I'll substitute that. This one is a bit different because it has got these numbers there. We can treat it the same way that we did on the other question that we just did now. Let's do that. Okay, if I do that, I'll have, let's write what we have. I'll have 2 by 2a plus 3 over 3a minus 2 minus 3 all over, all is over 3 by 2a plus 3 over 3a minus 2, then minus 1. Okay, like that. So this is what we now have. Remember, this is our division sign here. This is our division sign, so I can use them and divide there. Okay, let's do that. I can rewrite these items together as 2 by 2a plus 3 over 3a minus 2 minus 3 divided by 3 by 2a plus 3 over 3a minus 2 minus 1. Okay, like that. So I'll treat them separately like that. Okay, so what I can do for this one, since I've got that 2 there, I can put it there and have it multiplying each and every item. Okay, let me do that so that it won't confuse me. So I'll have 2 by 2a plus 3 over 2 by 3a minus 2 minus 3. Then divided by, I do the same there, 3 by 2a plus 3 over 3 by 3a minus 2 minus 1. Okay, so I'm doing this the same way. Now I can find the lowest common multiple for these ones. Remember, 3 is the same as over 1 and 1 is the same over 1. Okay, so I can find the lowest common multiple for each and every. So for the first one, my lowest common multiple is 2, 3a minus 2 there. So if I divide that into this one, I'll remain with 2, 2a plus 3. Then the second one, I'll have minus 2 multiplying 3 and multiplying 3a minus 2. Okay, like that. Then it's dividing by the second item. I do the same. I'll get, let me write it down there. I'll get 3. The lowest common multiple for the denominator is 3a minus 2, like that. So if I divide for the first one, I'll remain with the same thing, 2a plus 3. Then minus 4. 1 is multiplying 3 and multiplying 3a minus 2. Okay, so we can simplify this. Okay, let's simplify. So for the first one, if I simplify, I'll get, for the first one, I'll get the one in red, I'll get 2 by 2a plus 3 minus 6, 3a minus 2 all over 2 by 3a minus 2 is divided by the root is 3 by 2a plus 3 minus 3 by 3a minus 2 all over 3 by 3a minus 2. Okay, like that. Okay, let's see. Let's remove the brackets now. Removing the brackets, I'll have for the first one, I'll have 4a plus 6 minus 18a plus 12 all over 2 3a minus 2 divided by 6a plus 9 minus 9a plus 6 all over 3a minus 2. Okay, like that. Okay, now we have something like this. Let's add like terms together. I've got 4 minus 18a, I'll get minus 14a. 6 plus 12 we get plus 18 there, all over 2 3a minus 2 divided by, for this one I've got 6a minus 3 minus 9a, I get minus 3a. Then for the numbers, plus 9 plus 6, I get plus 15. Okay, all is over 3 by 3a minus 2. Okay, now I can take factors. For the first one, I can divide 2 into this one. I have minus, I can have 2 there. Let's have 2. Then I'll remain with 7a plus 9 there. Okay, all is over 2 by 3a minus 2 divided by the second one. I can get 3 there. I have 3. I forgot the negative. Let me take even the negative outside for this one. So I can have divided by, oh sorry, let me not take the negative there. Let me not take it. If I take it, it's going to confuse you. Let me just put it where it was. Okay, so that I have minus here. Okay, so here I've got minus 3, so I'm just taking positive. Let me take a positive as well here. Okay, so if I take a positive here, I'll have 3 outside and minus a, then plus 5 over 3 by 3a minus 2. Now we have that. It's now simple. We can now interchange these two and invert and have our multiplication sign here. Okay, let's do that. What we now have is 2 by minus 7a plus 9 over 2 by 3a minus 2 times 3 by 3a minus 2 all over 3 by minus a plus 5. Okay, like that. I can now divide. This one can cancel off with this one. Okay, and we'll remain with our 2 by minus 7a plus 9 multiplying by 3 by 3 is now 3 only, sorry, I'm now writing everything. It's now 3 alone. Okay, all over 2 by 3 by minus a plus 5. Okay, like that. So this is what we now have, and we can even remove the brackets at this point. Let me try to remove the brackets. If I remove the brackets for the first one, I'll have 3 by 2, we get 3 times 2 will get 6 there. I'll get a 6. Then I'll have my 6 here by minus 7a plus 9 over 6 by minus a plus 5 there. Okay. Now, these 6 values there can be divided together, this one, and cancel off each other. So we now remain with minus 7a plus 9 over minus a plus 5. Okay. So this is somehow the answer that we can have, but I can even remove the negative signs here. If I remove these ones, I can have it as is equal to minus. I'm removing the minus, so I'll have 7a minus 9 over a minus 5. Okay, this is one and the same thing. So you can leave it like this, or you can leave it like that. So that's how we express that question in terms of our a values. Okay. That's the last question we had. So please, guys, let's subscribe to my channel and share the videos. Bye bye for now.